Hey, Adam,
Geez,
one
why,
thing.
why do you think they called bumpers, Gary?
I don't know.
Because they come at the beginning, at the end, like bumpers.
Alex, you're a marketing guy. Do you like that design behind Paul? Does that logo thing look pretty cool to you?
Hey, I forgot to hit the record button.
Yeah, that's really professional, isn't it?
Well, this is a professional podcast.
I met her in a parking lot and was handed 2 little Yorkies. And the only person I knew that knew Yorkies was Paul. So I called Paul and said, Paul.
Sweet Talk is a weekly 20-minute podcast brought to you by the Continuing Education and Workforce Training Division of Idaho State University's College of Technology. Find us on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and SoundCloud and subscribe today. Now it's time to get started with Sweet Talk.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sweet Talk, our weekly podcast here at Idaho State University's Continuing Education and Workforce Training. I am Paul Dickey, one of your hosts. I am also the video instruction manager and apprenticeship coordinator here at Sweet. And as always, joining us is our interim director, RaeLyn Price. RaeLyn, how are you doing today?
I'm doing better today. It's a fabulous Friday, right?
It's fabulous Fridays. All our listeners know that we typically record on a Friday.
That's right.
Also joining us is our co-host, Angela Wilhelm, our marketing director. Angela, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. As many of you may know, November is Apprenticeship Appreciation Month. And today we have a really special guest with us. We have Angie Jex. She is a career and college readiness advisor for Pocatello High School. Welcome, Angie. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I'm originally from Pocatello, and I've done a bunch of different jobs in healthcare and working in libraries. And I just recently started working here at Pocatello High School as a college and career advisor, and I'm very excited to explore all the different options.
Okay, so quick question. What is a college and career advisor?
So we are basically here to help students prepare for college. We help them with dual credit classes. We help them get their schedules, and we make sure that they get their funding for their advanced opportunity classes while they're in high school. And then we help them prepare for the next step of going to college. We've been this last month doing Apply Idaho and helping a lot of kids apply for colleges. And then we're helping people research other options like apprenticeships, internships, things that are available besides the 4-year opportunities. Because as you well know, a lot of jobs don't require 4-year degrees now. We're more going towards the 2-year or hands-on positions. And so we're really trying to promote that. So kids don't feel like there's only one option. We're trying to show them all the different things that are available. So that's our job.
So I have a question for you, Angie. There's an event coming up that I believe you may be helping with. Can you talk a little bit about that event?
Yes, on Thursday, November 30th from 6:38 at Pocatello High School in the PHS Commons area, which is the new area that we've recently added. We're inviting a bunch of businesses here in town to come and share what opportunities they have, like apprenticeships, internships, things like that. We have cosmetology companies coming, the military's coming. We just want students to know that there's a lot of different options out there available besides just going to college. So that is going to be a great event. We have over 25 people coming just to show and showcase what they have available. So
Yeah, and this is also part of how you're celebrating the Apprenticeship Appreciation Month, isn't it?
Yes, we're going to be doing some different events all during the month at our school, and actually all the high schools, our Highland High School and Century, are involved in this as well. So we're all doing different things, like we're going to have quizzes, we have bulletin boards up, we even may have a speaker come during lunch. So we're just trying to really highlight this as an opportunity for students. So
Yeah,
That's excellent. I didn't realize that the other high schools were involved as well. So that's great.
Yep, they're going to be helping with apprenticeship night too. So it's a district wide. I should have said that everybody is invited. So it's not just Pocatello, it's all the schools. So.
And how many years has this been happening?
This is the second year actually. So last year was the first, and we're just hoping to continue and build on that. So.
Now, as a career and college advisor, have you seen a shift in students who are interested in the trades versus a traditional education?
Yes, and we've been getting a lot of questions about it, and the new launch scholarship has really been has been good because the students are hearing about how it's $8,000 for up to 2 years to use towards those programs. So we've been getting a lot of questions about that, and a lot of parents have been contacting us about it as well. So
Yeah, right now there's a tremendous demand for these trades because I believe, for the past few decades, high school students have always been pushed towards the college route, but that's kind of left the trades falling back. And now we're seeing that a gap and address that need. So it creates an opportunity for these high school students now to get into these trade programs. Is that correct, Angie?
yes, yep. We've had I don't even know how many kids. They're very interested in like EMT. A lot of students are interested in like getting their LPN. They're really interested in doing the 2-year programs, more hands-on. We've had a lot of interested in like electricians or like electronic programs, computers, like cybersecurity. A lot of kids are interested in cybersecurity right now. So
And I'm actually going to direct this question to RaeLyn. As you've stated, some of the students are interested in our like CNA and EMT programs. RaeLyn, can you talk a little bit about the length of those 2 programs in particular?
Sure. So those programs are available for high school students in School District 25 within the district, but if they can't fit it in during their high school time, then definitely they can come to ISU. And our CNA programs, we do everything from a 6-week kind of a boot camp type of a CNA program to an extended 18-week CNA program. We offer them online and in person. So not totally online, I should say. It's more of a web hybrid to where they do didactic online and come and do skills in person, or we have fully face-to-face in-person classes for CNA. And then our EMT program lasts about 16 weeks. It's upwards to almost 170 hours, and that's in the evening times, Tuesday, Thursday evenings, and every other Saturday. And that lasts, like I said, 16 weeks. We offer that in the fall and in the spring. And it is an application and interview process for that class, for the EMT class.
That kind of raises a question, Angie. So do you find that, what is the reason that the students are kind of drifting towards these other programs and not seeking the traditional 4 years? Is it the fact that the pay has increased for these careers over time recently? Is it the shorter amount of time that they have to commit towards the education portion, or is it a combination of?
I honestly think it's all of the above, honestly. A lot of the students that I've talked to, they find the 2-year option a lot easier, feasible than the 4-year. They find the 4-year kind of daunting. And a lot of the kids, they just like the hands-on options, like I've heard a lot of kids say, I'm just better with my hands. I don't really like school. I don't want to do a lot of things with math. And so they want to go and get doing things they can do right from the get-go. They don't want to have to spend 4 years, they just want to get going and start working and making money. They all are about money. So they like the money.
Yeah, and that's one of the interesting thing about the apprenticeship program is the fact that it's a parallel path. It's an on-the-job training as well as classroom-related training. So anyone who's participating in an apprenticeship is typically making a wage, and that also lessens the possibility of a debt from taking those 4-year programs.
Yeah,
Yep, for
No.
sure.
I think people have really started to come to understand career and technical education, number one, and that it's a wonderful way to have a career. And then also with the apprenticeships, the learning and earning at the same time, I think is very a good way for people to look at education and being able to get a career. And when you look at the number of apprenticeships, it's pretty amazing. You can make an apprenticeship almost out of anything.
Now, I have a question, Angie. Are you seeing a lot of students wanting to take these programs during their high school career or like post high school career? Or is it kind of a mix of both?
I'd say it's about 50-50, honestly. We have quite a few kids who are actually taking classes at ISU right now, doing like the automotive and different things like that. And then there are some kids who just want to finish and then kind of figure out the next step afterwards. So I think it's definitely 50-50.
So Angie, I mean, is it kind of rewarding now that you can now speak to a student who might not be going down the traditional 4-year path and be able to have discussions with them about these alternate careers?
Yes, it's cool because you can see their eyes light up, like they feel like there's another option. And I don't think some of them don't even know there was other options. You know what I mean? So I find it very rewarding to say, you can do this, and there's money available to help you pay for it, with launch and scholarships and other things, which they are not aware of. So I find it actually very exciting.
Yeah, that's great.
Now, on the apprenticeship night that you're having on the 30th, you have some local businesses that are participating as well. Are they there to also possibly doing recruitment?
Yes. Like the BLM, they have a lot of jobs this summer that they're looking for. So they're going to be recruiting. And then the other ones are just telling about the programs that they have. Some of them you have to be 18 to actually start them. So they're going to be offering those like after graduation, but everybody that's coming does have some kind of job that is available after graduation. So
that's excellent. How many are coming that actually offer apprenticeships? Do you know?
Probably about 20. I don't know the exact number, but probably about 20.
That's awesome.
Yes. I'm still waiting for a few people to RSVP, but I'm hoping to have a few more. So
that's excellent. Very good.
So when you speak to these young people about these other alternate career options, how do you approach them? Do you say, because I'm sure you have young people come into your office and go, I'm not going to school and I don't know what I'm going to do with my future. Is this just something that you go, have you considered, or do they usually come with that seed already planted in?
Well, once again, it's probably 50-50, but the kids who aren't quite sure, I just kind of ask them what they like to do and what they're interested in. And then we kind of like brainstorm some ideas that they can maybe research. And on the Next Steps website, they have this career finder thing. So I've been directing them to that so they can kind of like figure out what they're good at. And then it lists a bunch of jobs that are available for the things that they are good at. And then the kids who come in that kind of have an idea, I kind of direct them in the same direction, And I've also been encouraging them to like maybe find somebody in the community that does what they're interested in and ask if maybe they can job shadow or just even ask them some questions, just kind of, I try to put it back on them because it has to be their decision, but I give them places to start so they can start researching and find out if that's something they're interested in. So.
Oh, I love that so much. So a question for you, how much pushback are you getting with parents as far as supporting their child choosing a different educational pathway, rather than the 4-year traditional degree?
Most of the parents have been very supportive. I think they're just glad that their child has an option. You know what I mean? Because every parent just wants their kid to be happy. So I haven't really had very much pushback at all, honestly. So they're happy for other options.
That's awesome. Glad to hear that.
And of course, parents are welcome to their apprenticeship appreciation event or that you're having on the 30th, correct?
Oh yes, everybody's invited. Parents, family, everybody. So
I know that last year I attended that event, and you get kids that come to your booth and ask you questions, or they just walking by. But it's the parents that a lot of times are engaging with you. And for the high school students, I think sometimes you're just planting seeds because they're just they're number one. I think they're overwhelmed with all the things that are going on. Yes. But the parents that are engaged there, they're actually listening and taking that information in and can have that conversation with them later at a later time when they've kind of soaked everything in.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So
definitely a time to explore. Oh, I'm sorry, Angie.
No, it's fine. So I have a question that either Paul or Angie can answer. Have you had a parent that came with their child to explore these careers and decided to change careers themselves?
Oh,
that's a good thought.
I haven't experienced that yet, but I can see that easily happening.
Yeah, I've had older people come into my career, but not because they brought their kid in to talk to me about the apprenticeship program. I definitely have seen older people change their career and come to me. But along with their child. Oh, wait, no. So Tana Christensen, one of the co-owners of Platinum Plumbing, has her young daughter, I won't say her name, is in my apprenticeship program, and they are taking the apprenticeship program together.
That's awesome.
Her daughter goes to Pocatello High School.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and her and her daughter are like taking a similar paths at the same time. Again, it is a family business, but I guess Tana used to do the books and stuff, and then she wanted to do more of the hands-on. So she entered the program, and their daughter, occasionally works for them, and you can't be on a job site unless you're one of two things, journeyman or apprentice. So she entered into the program. She's doing very well. Both of them are doing well. So yeah, there's an example of two generations that are entering the program at the same time.
That's really awesome. Very cool. I'd like to see a little bit more of that happening.
Yes.
So I have another question for you, Angie. School District 25 has recently made a purchase of a building in preparation for to offer a little bit more of these like alternate career paths. Do you know much about this at all?
Are you referring to the PV Tech building, the building out by the mall? Yes. So students actually are currently taking classes there already. That's where they can take the I think the EMT has moved out there. That's where cybersecurity is. That's where the CNA classes are. So they're actually already utilizing that, and the students are taking classes there. And we have quite a few kids that take a bus every day from Pokey there, and then they can come back or they can drive themselves. But yeah, the kids who are going there, they seem very happy. They really enjoy it. So.
And will those paths make them career ready once they graduate from high school?
Yes, like the students that are doing the CNA program, they will graduate with their certificate in CNA. EMT, if they do it for 2 years, they will graduate with that, and then they just have to pass the test, and then they are an EMT ready to be employed. So yeah, they can graduate with those skills already.
Excellent. I think maybe we should at least mention the opportunities at College of Technology, because a lot of students from the high school do participate in the dual credit program as well. Is that correct?
Yes, we have kids taking classes at ISU. I think we even have a couple students who are doing the dental assisting program through workforce training at our school. So that is an option. We have kids who are going to campus to take classes. We have kids taking classes through IDLA, CWI, CSI. There's just all kinds of different options available for kids to take classes. I mean, it's amazing. If you're determined and you want to take a class, you can find it and take it. So
now I can tell you there is a young man from one of the area high schools that is currently enrolled in the aircraft maintenance program. And that young man won the state Skills USA and then went to National Skills USA, and he took 3rd place in his high school division. So it's really, really, and now he will graduate. I believe he'll graduate with his certificates at the same time he graduates from high school. But I think he has to be like 18 before he can take some of those tests, but he will complete ISU's program at the same time he graduates from high school. So it's a really, really wonderful opportunity that young man has taken advantage of.
Angie, do you see very many students who will actually graduate with their associates at the same time they graduate high school? Or is that a little bit more difficult?
It is a little bit more difficult. I'm kind of new to this position this year, but my coworker, she has been here for 7 years, and she said in the 7 years, I think only 3 kids from Pocatello High School have actually done that. And you have to be pretty determined, but the kids who are doing it, they're really liking it as well. So it is an option. So
yeah, that's awesome. They have the option for associate degrees, certificates, apprenticeships.
Yes.
Amazing.
I speak to these high school kids a lot. We were actually at Bear Lake High School last week, and the first thing I always tell them is, everybody wants you. Everybody wants you because of that retirement or silver wave that we're seeing. Everyone is looking towards high school students as kind of their pipeline for bringing them into their industry. And I go, hey, the options that are available to you right now are tremendous.
Mhm.
And they only have to remember 3 things: show up on time, do what you're told, and stay off your phone.
Good advice.
And so Angie, if someone wanted to participate in your event on the 30th, how would they get a hold of you?
Yes, you can contact me at my phone number. My phone number is 208-241-5988, or my email is jexan, JEXAN @sd25.us.
Very good.
Great.
We'd love to
And
have you, so.
Yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there.
Okay.
It's going to be a great event. Thank you for spearheading.
Yes, thank you for helping me promote it. So I hope a lot of people come and can learn what's out there, because I went last year and I learned a lot myself. So
Angie, just to kind of close this out, what do you find the most rewarding part about your job?
when students come to me and they're not quite sure the direction to take, and we can spend some time and I can show them the different options, and I can kind of see this moment of like peace come over them. I really enjoy that, because I feel like it's like the calm, they've been in a storm unknown, and now they're kind of calm and they have a direction. And I just really like that, helping them find different options that they didn't know were available before. So
That's great. That's amazing.
Great.
I remember when I was in high school, that whole, what am I going to do with my life? What am I going to do with my
Yes.
life? And some of them, they right up until their senior year, they have not made that decision. And I'm glad you're giving them opportunity for choices.
Yes.
yeah, I think as a senior, it's overwhelming, because everybody always asks you, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And, you're 18 or 17. It's hard to say, so.
Yeah, it's hard to go, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life.
Right.
That's great that you give them opportunities to explore. I think that's so important, because I think so often, teacher, doctor, nurse, fireman,
Mhm.
and you don't know all of these other
Yeah.
avenues. You don't know that you can be an apprentice. You don't know that you can do a certificate or a 2-year program and be able to have a great career and make a good living. So
Yes, I agree. So
thank you for providing those opportunities for them to explore.
Yeah, and I think that about wraps it up for this session. Angie, I want to thank you so much for being on today and letting us know about some of the different career options high school students have available to them. I really appreciate it. And also don't forget about the event at Pocatello High School on November 30th, starting at 6:30. Is that correct?
yes, 6:30.
6:30. Okay. And again, we will provide the links and contact information for Angie on this podcast posting. Angie, thank you so much for always setting this up. I really appreciate all the work you do behind the scenes. It's, it takes, you do all the hard work. I just show up.
Well, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. So
And RaeLyn, thank you so much for joining us today. As always, I really appreciate your input on this. And if you guys like this podcast, if you want to check out our offerings, you can check out our website at cetrain.isu.edu. You can email us at cetrain@isu.edu, or give us a call at 208-282-3372. And if you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. We'd love to get our message into the larger community so that everyone can benefit from our content. Thank you so much, and be safe out there.